welcome back to Hopes and Dreams Racing, where we hope we can race and dream that we can race. Or something of that nature anyways. We got a few different projects today. Well, hopefully it just sticks with this one, but we'll see how that goes. We want to make sure the head gasket isn't blowing, so we're going to wake up the neighbors if they're not already awake, or interrupt their Sunday dinner. So we need to let it run for a little while, let it heat up, and see where it takes us. Oh, I don't know if you can see that or not. Did Ricky Bobby drive that? Evidently he pisses excellence. That is not what I do. Disappointment, more likely. I'll stick the hood over there for a little minute. Yeah. So this is the fancy 1.6 liter. Nice. Approved. I don't really approve of this though. Or this. Maybe I should. Maybe I should just accept it. I want to make sure the radiator works and the water pump, and primarily the head gasket. Do not see an alternator on here, so I guess we won't have to worry about recharging that belt. Maybe I should just order one of them now. Yeah, because it has definitely seen better days. I loved how it's open like that. It makes it it's just easier to see if you're on time or not. I'm never on time. Kind of want to make a list of things of what we may or may not need. I see timing belt right away. I want to get ready, make sure this car is ready for racing. You're going to see my horrible spelling and handwriting. So hopefully you can't see how bad of a speller I am by how horrible my handwriting is. I might check the spark plugs too. It has a weird fuel system. Hey, it gets fuel to the carburetor, well, the injectors, and nothing to complain about. Not sure if you can see that or not, but there are holes in the floorboard down there, like vent holes. Maybe that's so the exhaust can come right into the cab. It's for aerodynamics. I do have a newer window net, so the window net, according to our rules, needs to have some sort of expiration date on it. That one don't. And same with the belts. So I was looking at the belts a little bit yesterday, and I'm not sure you can see that either. Well, they expired a couple years ago. If I remember right, my car has new belts. I'll probably use them. My other car, pumpkin. I don't know. Not too cared about the rear window hatch device yet because, well, at the speeds we drive, aerodynamics doesn't come into a factor so much. I mean, it does at some degree, but it affects it very little. So replace belts. No, I'm not going to try to spell extinguisher. F that. I'm not sure why it has wiring for a manual gearbox. It has a There we go. Not sure if you can see that. It's like a wire plug of some sort. It goes to the gearbox. Well, we know it runs, so we're going to ignore that as well. And I guess what I'm curious about this fan as well, there's a fan back here. I don't know if it's how it's wired at all. I see a wire, and it's connected to something, to somewhere. So I don't know if it turns on with the temperature or if it has a switch inside. I don't know any of that. Look at the overflow bottle. If I open the hood on Dirty Harry, you would know that I definitely approve of this. Although, I don't really care for the vitamin water, but, you know, we should all drink a little bit of that. It's interesting. The welds are good on the cage, so I'm not too concerned. The cage is really good. So I'm not really too concerned about that. What I am concerned with is that manual gearbox, how it shifts. The gate on it is, you can't tell where first is or reverse is. It goes in a gear and you let out the clutch and you just go either forward or reverse. It's really like you can't tell. I kind of wish I had another person so they can mess with that while I look what the heck's going on out here. Then I can kind of see if it's, well, I guess I can see it's ran by, I wish this back screen would stay on, rod. And then it looks just rod to rod to rod. I guess I can check the sloppiness in it and see if that's why it acts the way it does. Ooh, lots of slop there. I guess that's to be expected though. It's almost like there's no bushing. That's a clutch, right? No air filter. Definitely approve of that. Just suck in whatever's coming in there. I'm sure that's not harmful to the engine at all. Interesting. Oil looks great. It actually does look pretty good. I mean, I don't know, this is like the most simplified looking engine I've ever seen. I just don't know anything about it, like zero, other than what I can see. I don't know if I approve of this radiator hose. I mean, see that at all? I'm not sure it's supposed to be like that. That's good and tight. That's good and brittle. I wonder if it has AC. No, it don't. There's no AC in here. I don't like that. There is what looks to be a threaded plug on top of the transmission. Yeah. Why is there a hole there? Why is it threaded? And should I care? All good questions, I hope. Maybe one of you guys can know what it is and inform me why it's there, other than an inspection hole. Well, I have to go get some water, I guess. That tab is, well, that's not helping. Let's try that. The tab's kind of in the way. It's a good place to cut a finger, I'll tell you that. All right. So it still gets cold here. So I won't be leaving the water in there. Sorry for the wind. I'm trying to block it from you guys. That's why you're on my chest. Look at this nice disaster. Hole on the transmission concerns me a bit. I do need to look at the wheel. I need to look at the right rear wheel. All the words I think I know how to spell. Perfect. Maybe I better stick this in here, keep the water off it a little bit anyways. Comes with an extra fender. That's nice. I'll probably end up using that. No, I normally hit things on my right side. I think that's the left fender. That's fine. Man. Gloves make everything difficult. Well, I guess we'll find out if that's enough water. I don't think it is. Oh, it's not even tight on there. Okay. Let's go get... I just love how this is securely mounted. Remember, this is going to be the new front cross member. For this old girl. Not that I think this one's bent or tweaked. Okay, I do. I just don't know where or how. I can't see it. But I got this one for free. So I'm going to utilize it. But that'll be for another day. Yeah, flathead screwdriver. Standard. It's my favorite kind. Standard. No, it's not. I hate standard screwdrivers. Alright, going to this guy. Anyhow, last week I went and picked up another car. It's not for racing, it's just for fuel economy savings. It has its problems. So I come up with an acronym for it. It's going to be called the Chevy Cheap. Car has expensive ass parts. So people have replaced a lot of stuff in here. This will be the new one. I mean, we got it running. I should say the previous owner got it running. A buddy of mine. Well, let's just say you kind of have to hotwire the darn thing to get it going, but it's a 2011. I'm hoping it gets good fuel economy. It's a cruise, a manual flavor. I'm not sure if you can see in there or not. Yeah. Pretty clean. I like it. It doesn't, gets pretty decent MPGs. I don't know what they are yet, but they got to be better than Betty here. But I can tell you now, this miles per gallon, Betty, hands down. Back to the screen door. Anyhow, just thought I'd share that tidbit with you. Get this tightened up on here, and then I'll have to change out the battery. I'm not sure what size that is. It's probably a 7 with my luck. That's probably a 7. Anyhow, that'll give me a second to go change out the battery. Let's just drop it closer to the ground, like on it. Oh, it has the bumper shock thing. That'll help. Nothing. It'll help absolutely nothing. Alright. Alright, well, got a screwdriver for this little guy. So I can move that strap. It's sticking up a little bit, and, well, I don't like cutting my hand every time I open up the radiator cap, so. I can see why they did it that way, too. Still don't like cutting my hand on it. Alright, there's that. Let's get a little more water in there. Oh, another thing we do need to do though, I see that on-off switch way over yonder. There's a battery switch right there. Well, that has to be accessible, well, not necessarily that particular one, but something has to be accessible for the safety crew to shut it off for you in case of an emergency. I'll reach in there, turn that on. Hope it's out of gear so I don't drive over my truck or under it. I already hear leaks. I'm sure it's fine. I don't like this camera thing on my chest. It's just, well, it's really weird. So I don't want you guys pointing up in the sky, but I don't want you pointing down either, and the screen don't stay on for nothing. It's probably a setting I don't know about. Okay. Noted, when the battery dies in one of these things, it goes back to, you know, Celsius, not Fahrenheit. Something like 140, that's not bad. And then I realized it was on Celsius. Can't remember what it was, but it was like 2 something. 270, 280, 285. Down by the water pump. More like 100. Something is definitely sizzling. So I didn't see the pump pumping. I mean, it's connected, but I didn't see it pumping any water. So that's a problem. That could be that the thermostat itself isn't opening. I have to see if there is a thermostat to go off of. The temperature gauge inside doesn't work, which is good, I guess, because then you don't have to worry about it getting hot. So we don't know if the water is going to be entering the oil because it wasn't pumping anywhere. And yeah, oil looks pretty clean. Let's see. So now we got to wait till it cools back down. So I had a neighbor come over and he was chit-chatting me. But while he was chit-chatting me, I realized there's no vacuum hose on the brake booster. I know the brakes work because I touched them. They must not work real well at high speeds, but I don't know. Maybe we don't care about that. And then I happen to notice it is leaking water out the back side here, which tells me now we have a head problem. Or something. I don't know what it means, to be honest with you. I don't know where it's coming out of. Can't see it. I loaned my camera out to somebody. You know, to an inspection camera. And, well, maybe that was a bad idea, because that was 2 months ago. Let's see if I can't take the camera off and view it with the camera. Of course, there's no light down there, so it's not helping me any. It's upside down. No, it's not upside down. Never mind. Got a freeze plug. Yeah. Let's see what time it is real quick. Alright. Got some good news. You probably saw it already. But there is a grease plug leaking down here. And that's where the water's going. Now, that's not to say that the thermostat ain't plugged or the water pump don't work, because we don't know. We just know it was going through the engine and the freeze plug was leaking. I guess that was good, because there was probably water in it and it froze. Even though that's not what freeze plugs are for, it worked. In some cases, freeze plugs, I mean, yeah, they're meant for that, kind of, sort of, not really. It was more of a molding process. Really wish the screen would stay on a little bit, so I can see what's recording and what's not, or what you're seeing. So that's good news for us. Bad news for us is trying to get a hammer down there or something to take it out. So I'm going to wait on that until it cools down quite a bit, because it's still kind of hot. Let's see what the pump gun says. Yeah, it's 130. It's cooling down fairly fast. I'll double check it. Yeah, 130. All right. Still not going to touch the exhaust though, because that is where. Well, let's see. Get the laser on. Is there a laser? There it is. 126. It's not real hot. Man, that cooled down fast. That's good, right? How is this mounted? Feels like it slides that way. Can't really see anything. Same as you. I'm not gonna get in that seat unless I have to race or drive it somewhere, because it's kind of a pain to get in and out of that thing. And you see in there? Can't really see in there either, but I think I can turn it. Yeah, little Carter pin right there. That might be easy enough to remove. Alright, easy fix number one. I'm gonna get a pair of pliers. Ooh, I know where a pair of pliers is at, actually. I'll be back. I'm back. I'm just gonna get these pair of pliers in here. There we go. Got the pin out. Let's keep that up there for safekeeping. Huh. Interesting. So. nice little window now. Just no writing on it. No, nothing telling you if it's any good or not. You kind of need that. I guess I go back here to the race car, the other race car, pumpkin, and see what we got. I suppose I should turn a light on or two. Oh, I made it easy on myself. Right there. Right there. I always forget what I did and what I didn't do. Although I'm slightly concerned that this is going to be a slightly different length. See, it's like, you know, more inches on it. So, you know what? I'm going to leave this one here, and I will buy another one. Because trying to get that to work in the situation we're in right now, it'd be beneficial. These are like, you know, $100, hopefully cheaper. Let's see how that's got a sticker on it, and then it's got a tag up here. Well, this one's almost, that one's expired anyways. Never mind, I was gonna have to buy one. The other thing is the seat belts. Those are not cheap. They're supposed to be good for like 5 years, but every time you get them in the mail, they're only good for about 1.5 years. So I might be able to talk my way into, I'm not sure. Must be a hard seat if they're using a seat cushion. See, mine isn't styled that way. I mean, I can use them that way, but that's not the way they're styled, I don't think. Back to pumpkin. Yeah, they're not long enough to do it that way. That's sucky. Alright, so now we need new seat belts. That's really sucky. So, like I said, might be doing different projects, trying to get things in order. Because now I know I need safety equipment for this car. There's no question about it. It says you got to have a pad for the steering wheel. Well, I have that, but this steering wheel hits my knees. This thing's huge. So might have to get another one of them. Yay, this is my happy face. I'll have to go measure that guy. Make my list bigger. Oh, wait a minute, you can't see my face. Never mind. You know what my happy face looks like. Now you're just getting me walking around. Replace. Buy. Yes, arrows. What do I want? Tape measure. Like, I'm starting to think maybe we should have just stuck with this car. So, 16-inch. They might measure from there, 15-inch. Man, I sure hope they have a 12-inch steering wheel. I suppose I can try to bolt this on. See that? Oh, I might be able to. Maybe not. tell. I have to get the Allen wrench out and check it. TRD. Let there be light. I had an Allen wrench set. Is it in the socket drawer? It is. Of course, it's neither one of them. Well, that might be closer than I thought. Yep. Duck days. Yeah. Sorry, I worked on Chevy cheap without filming it. I know. Horrible. Bad on me, I know. I was kind of in a hurry. I wanted to get it licensed. Stripped. Congratulations to me. See if we can't strip this one too. Nope. All right. Stripped. Only got two. Okay. Buying another one of them. So I have to buy a 12-inch steering wheel. To be honest with you, I needed a new one anyways. No, I didn't. I didn't need a new one at all. Kind of like this one. Just oil in the leather, man. That's all. Just oil in the leather. So, here's some info for you guys. When you use two different metals, say the bolt is stainless, and you're going into aluminum, stainless, aluminum, use anti-seize. You'll save heartache for yourself. That's what happened to that, except they were steel bolts into an aluminum. So no one used anti-seize. They froze up in there. So they stripped. So I should try to see if I can't get this guy out while I'm thinking about it. Boom. Who needs tables when you have windshields and cards to put the things on? Okay. No, I'm not putting them on there that hard because I don't want them to stay in there forever. I just want to make sure it works. It comes out okay. I do need to clean up my mess. Horrible mess. Steering wheel's back in place. We now have a list to replace. I wonder if they'll let me race it. No, they won't. It's over 2 years old. Sometimes you get away with it if it's like 6 months. All right. So, freeze plug, huh? And I still want to try to figure out what's going on with the shift system. Man, I got to get me a new camera. This is horrible. You guys can't really see what I'm doing. I can really not see what I'm doing, barely. And it's unfortunate. So that's not going to be it. And I got to drain the cockpit of the radiator. Updates. Updates. With a pair of pliers or something, evidently. Damn. Just don't let me forget that I need to drain that. But I got a freeze plug that, you know, one of the kinds you can bolt in, an expansion one, and that'll take care of the freeze plug problem. Casting plug? We'll just keep calling it. Well, I thought I was gonna have a hard time finding the freeze plug, so I stopped recording, and then I turned around and found one. That looks to be a little small. I mean, just by, you know, fingering around in there. I've been looking for my squeegee. I found it. It's right there. This is the bag I normally take to the track with me. I did find another on-off switch, but I don't like these little ones. These little masters. I mean, they're not bad. They work. So now you guys know I don't throw anything away. I just repurpose it. Like the bag, for instance. So I need to find a socket for this guy. It is a 13. Let's try a 12 just in case I'm... Nope, it's a 13. Okay. I'm normally not right on the first try. Normally. So the freeze plug that's currently in there, that's not in there, but in there, the side of it is in there, and it's got a rough edge. So I don't know if this is going to actually fit in there. And it'll cut this rubber. Alright, so I went and got some tools. Alright, got some John Wick wannabes out here too, so I'll be hearing gunfire. Not sure if I can't see anything down there to knock it out. It might already be knocked out anyways. Nonetheless, I'm trying to get... I know you guys can't see. I'm sorry about that. I'll have to see if we can't fast forward through this mess or something. Maybe a smaller pry bar. Let's try a smaller pry bar. I have to go get one of them. Although I think John Wick would be shooting faster than that. They need to speed up the process. Now I want a shorter one. Or a longer one, I mean. Maybe I do want a shorter one. I can't reach that damn thing. Maybe I'd have more room if I... Help me understand work. Oh, it's as far back as it goes. See if I can't move it around with my fingers, I guess. Maybe it's that loose. There ain't even one in there, is there? I can stick my finger in the block. I mean, there's a remnants of one, but it's not. What the hell? It makes it hard to get out when there's no plate on the back of it. Gross. Yeah, it's yummy. All right, I guess I better find the plug on it, I guess. Find a plug that we can put in there. That sucks. As far as the freeze plug is concerned, not being in there. I guess I don't have to worry about it taking out though. At least I know where all the water's going. Not that you can see me doing anything any different, but at least you're not staring at the fender. Try to put this in there and hammer the rest away in. It probably won't work because it's the same size freeze plug as what's in there, or not in there. You know, I wonder, I got a gasket puller. I wonder if that would work for this. I'm aware you guys can't see anything either. Like, I can't see anything. But I got a couple of different options here. Seal puller. I don't think it'll work. You gotta be able to see what you're getting into. I can't get in. Help me understand. Okay, it doesn't fit, but it works. Oh, I got a screwdriver right here anyways. Silly me. Pull this out, see if I can't reach it any better. Why even have this thing? There's no air filter in there. This is not helping me see anything, by the way. I don't know if I'm on it or not, if I'm on a block. I can tell if it slips, so my knuckles are going right into a bolt. That's what I can tell. I don't want that in there. I might end up having to leave it now. I don't understand. There's just not enough room to hit it. Who put this casting thing here anyways? Kind of an odd place. You know you're gonna have exhaust right above it. I don't like how much slop this thing has in here. I'm talking about the gear shift. That is a lot of slop. It's like missing bushings or something. I probably don't want to put grease on the plexiglass here because, well, hard enough to get it off the windshield, much less plexiglass. Maybe I can put it on. Try to push it in further. Get a bigger hammer. I just can't get much weight back there. I don't want to take this engine out too. I don't understand. I can see this fitting in there. I can't even get it to stay in there long enough to hit it. You know, I could try to find a socket that's this length, this just a little shallower than this. Come to you guys. I'm going to try to find a socket that's a little smaller than this and try to knock that out that way. Or maybe the same size. I'll try to find a socket the same size. See if I can't knock it out there. I was able to find one. Sort of, just a shade smaller. It might even be right on the money for the same size. Try to find a smaller socket. Let's hit this person. Good news is, it'll fit in there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it out, but it fits in there. There, it's in. Let's see if I can't get it out. Let's get a ratchet on there or something. Get it to turn. I'll have to get something on there to get it to turn. I think I have a press wrench. Ratchet it is. Probably should have went with the shorter head. Okay. I got that. Let's see what that did. Oh, there's some more rough edges. But man, there's so much stuff down there. Like in the block. Stuff you don't want roaming around. You know, stuff you don't want roaming around. See if we can't fix that. Big chunks. I found one. Does not mean there's not more in there. Let's see if I can't fill it. Alright, let's see. Stick a vacuum in there and I'll get water, I'm sure of it. I suppose that's fine. Let's see, knock more of this out. Let's get my tape in. Stick the camera down there again and take a look. I do find it funny it has a 2.0 on the block. This might not be the original engine. If you can see my face, this is my surprise face. So I'll stick the magnet back down there and see if I find anything else. Not find anything else. Well, I'm not going to use the vacuum on there because I was just going to vacuum up. Okay, fine. No, I'm not doing it. Going to this guy. Just plugging it up. Pretend we didn't see nothing. That didn't work for shit. Just take off the leading edge of it with some sandpaper. Make it a little bit rounded so that way it's not square. And I also put some lube on there, you know, to get it to slide in easier if we can make it that far. not sure we will, because I think this is just a little too big. This is, yeah, this is too big. Okay. Problem not solved. Congratulations to me. Well, I think we got another windstorm coming in. So might have to go inside. I'm a fair weather mechanic, what can I say? No, I'm not a mechanic, but yeah, I like good weather. Decent. That's the weirdest engine mount system I've ever seen in my life. Get these tools out of here. Just want to say thank you for everybody who's watching, and please like and subscribe. You know, hit that notifications. It would be nice. This will conclude our video for the day. See you all next week.